Normally I wouldn't approach ya without a formal introduction. Never been the type to move fast, but I'm feeling early eruption. Now tell me, are you down with that? Once you rock with me, ain't no coming back. I need a monkey, come hold me down. A real queen, now come wear this crown. Now we rockin' like, oh, holler out, flex up. Now we rockin' like, oh, I'll tell you what's next up. Now we rockin' like, oh, holler out, flex up. Now we rockin' like, oh, I'll tell you what's next up.
Yo, what is up? Welcome to the Subtle Flex Podcast. This is episode 4, take 2. Cause my dumb ass, I don't know what happened to the last one. My boys got it. It's exclusive. I'm gonna end up like, if you want to see it, I'm gonna email it to y'all. It was a bad take on me. It's probably a bad take right now because they was already criticizing right now. But this is what the podcast is all about: learning and figuring out, and then seeing the growth of it. Right. This time, my boy Rob did not show up. He had other things to do. But this is one boy that I swear I was waiting on the last time. He got that ugly ass Laker colors on right now. And just like his team, he's sitting on the same exact couch. Now I'm just talking smack.
Damn.
But I'm gonna introduce everyone else. Like, of course, no one saw that episode, so I'm gonna introduce everybody again. This is my brother, like Mo. You already know, like outside of basketball, you already know where my love is with you. We have so much, like, you know what I'm saying. I don't like. We can talk about that later. But this is my boy Mo. Dan, right in the middle. Shout out to the RGD show. That was the very first time I ever did a podcast. They got me into the game, like got my feet wet in it, and now I'm doing my own thing. And I still subscribe to them. They saw my lives. I was on the road coming back from Albany, New York, and I was like, hold on, let me show some love. The next two boys y'all never seen before. Also, my boy Henny right now is representing Baltimore, Mr. 2. We're gonna talk about that again, right? And then we got Mr. Davon Henry in the building right now. My boy from New York. Before we start, do y'all have anything y'all want to say to the people right now?
Shit.
Oh no, you know how we got.
This shit about to get ugly.
It's gonna get
ugly.
So I want to start off. The point of this podcast was really to bring back, our heyday back in Fort Riley when we were 28-0 on the post team, and how we used to always vibe out in the basketball courts and whatnot. Everyone knew that. Like every time they saw us, they knew, like, oh, them the group. That's the group. You know what I'm saying? They knew us. And I just want to, before we get into that, we're talking about the sport of basketball that we all love. I want to go starting with Mo. I want to know, when did you fall in love with with the sport of basketball, and just in general, like, when did you really pick up a basketball and start playing?
So it's crazy, right? So I'm coaching Little League football, but that was actually my first love. Y'all probably can tell us where I started hacking island motherfuckers and shit. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? But seriously though, basketball, I didn't pick up basketball seriously until about 8th, 9th grade. I was really, really like that in football, and then everybody just got bigger and faster. Like, I wasn't the fastest cat on the field. It was cats like bigger than me, but just as fast. I was like, whoa. And so I ain't trying to get hit by these dudes, man. So I picked up a jumper. Now, but that's like saying it wide open. But not everybody in the hood really. My mama got me a basketball goal, and I really started seeing the love when people started drawing to my house, because y'all know I'm a people person. When Mom Dukes put that goal out on the front yard, people all over the neighborhood, people was coming from across the way. We would all hoop. I mean, honestly, man, like, you ask anybody, I have anywhere from 12 to 15 people out there in my front yard. That may not seem like a lot in a gym, but in a yard, like in a front yard, that's a lot. That's like 3-on-3, like, continuously. You know what I mean? So I fell in love with the camaraderie of what basketball brought me, and shit. At Riley, we found it. That's why we can't find it no more, because we all found it. You know what I mean? So that's when I fell in love with it. Went to high school. did my little thing there. I don't know if I can say that, but that weed and women shit started fucking with me in high school. So, but I still love the game, but I wasn't ready for the women that it brought, and so
Out of control.
Oh,
yeah.
oh,
He
That's
said
how
he
they,
picked up a jumper though.
that's how they do it in South Carolina.
Okay, Don. All right. Everybody don't have a jumper like you. Some people, we had to do other things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I had to throw my little shade in there.
Yeah. You jump master. You know what I'm saying? You the jumper man.
Speaking of your jump master, talk to me about the first time you picked up a basketball.
3rd grade. That was when I picked it up. Picked it up pretty early. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, the reason why I picked it up and I stuck with it because it was probably the least expensive sport growing up.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like you didn't really need much. I mean, the most you spending on is a pair of shoes.
You
go to the court. I mean, I still don't own a basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like I just go to the court and it just hoop. It's always
He be
there.
complaining about everybody's ball. I remember
So what?
Whose ball is this? He be picking up the ball, batting. Whose ball is this?
Hey, shooters got standards, man. Shooters got standards.
Because he don't own one. He don't own one. That's why.
You're damn right.
That's facts.
Nah, because every time I did have one, I'll go to the park with it and I'll leave without it because I forget that I have one.
That's exactly me too.
You know what I'm saying?
I got so many Wilson Evolution balls and all these good basketballs at my house right
Hell
now.
yeah.
They're like, why don't you bring it? Because I'm gonna end up losing it. Like I'm gonna leave without it.
Shit. Them shit $60 now. It used to be $30.
Shit.
Now they $60.
The best one with the blue writing, that shit $80. My homeboy just bought me. I was like, yeah, that's good, bro. That's gas money in New York. Fuck that.
But yeah, 3rd grade. 3rd grade. First time I was at the YMCA because it was free, and I got put on the team, and I was playing big at the time because I was the biggest dude. And then
Dan, you always been cheap. It's free.
Oh, you damn right. Hey.
So you been that height your whole life though?
Nah, bro. I was just. I think I was like 5'7" in high school, and then I grew a couple inches.
That was me too, 5'7".
Yeah. And then but I don't know. I had weight on me too. You know what I'm saying? When I was growing up, so I played the post, and then I don't know. We worked on our jump shot, stuck to it, and here I am today.
Sure, he ended on that jump shot. And he was gonna end it on that jump shot.
That shit was nasty, bro. And you, like before I go to Henny, like anybody that you knew was an automatic shooter, every time they got the ball, the shot was always consistently the same. And when Dan had it, anybody that I knew had a jump shot, and it was always consistent. Doesn't matter where it came from.
It's off muscle memory a lot of times.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
I done picked Dan Brain about his jump shot so many times. What is it? 1 motion shooter, 2 motion shooters. Bro, I used to sit where y'all like y'all say we had a clip, and it was like I would get like little therapeutic. Same thing with Henny with his left right. That shit wicked. I'm like, how the fuck you just left right niggas? I don't know if we can say niggas and shit, but how you?
It's too late now,
you know what I'm saying? Like, also a mean, boy, like stupid. You know what I'm saying? But cause I ain't have all that. Y'all know I hoop. You know what I'm saying? I go get a rebound. Catch it wide open. I'm shooting, but y'all got specific traits in y'all game. Like you can't get into the rim. If
you talking shit is your trait, boy.
Yeah, I mean, of course. Of course.
That was motion. The mouth from the south, boy. Hey,
I ain't bringing shit up.
It's on you, Henny. Like he segued to you talking about your game. When's the first time you ever picked up a basketball?
So mine's probably a mix of both. So I grew up with a basketball hoop in the driveway, but I ain't really like it. My older brothers always played type of thing. So I fell in love. I started at sixth grade, and that's probably when I fell in love because football was like $150 for rec, but basketball was $30. So I'm like, my mother's gonna say this. Well, she got me with the Eli's and everything, low top Eli's. Like, these not even hooping shoes. But you look out with the $30.
Was it the Grand Hill 9.5s?
Hell no.
My team colors was red. I had light blue Eli's on my feet.
I went to Grand Hills.
But I was the nicest point guard out there.
Hey.
I was always the point guard.
Hey, that's all that matters.
He said the light blues. Yeah. You better have been good, bro. Man, them shits.
Playing in felines, you better be that.
Got you crossing everybody though. I say
No.
6th grade. I found out that I could dribble and pass people, and I think my favorite move back then was the in and out. That's all it took.
That's still your favorite move.
So I'll take.
You know, it's
cross
crazy.
now.
You ain't mentioned nothing about passing either in that dance. So,
My boy was a hawk. Henry, we're going.
So Layla,
Hey, King Henry, we're going with you right now, Davon. We want to talk about Henry. When did you first pick up a basketball? And I remember you telling us that, but I want you to, tell Mo because he wasn't there.
Yeah, so I was like 11 or 12 years old. I had went to this new rec center right in the hood, and they had these two coaches there who taught me the game from the top down. And since I was tall, I was always playing against like people like 15, 16. So I was playing the point guard all the way to about my 9th grade year in high school. Then I shot to 6'5", and my coach was like, "Oh no, we're gonna have to cut this short. We're gonna have to go to the box." I'm just like, "Oh man." So I had some trouble once I left high school. I got to college. I'm 6'6", like 150.
damn.
Like I'm like, dang. I'm going up against the center. He's 7 foot. He's an All-American. He's posting me up, dunking everything. I'm like, all right. So when I hit like 20 years old, I started taking it like serious, like weightlifting, shoot like nothing. I wasn't hanging out on the block no more. I was just in a gym, finding any court I could find on concrete, and then my game just started to increase. So
And
that's why I really love the game, seeing the results of like just going to school and being outnumbered, but starting to get on top. So absolutely.
We saw it at Fort Riley too, because while you talking about the game you were building, that product that you brought to Fort Riley, we saw the whole repertoire. You know what I'm saying? We saw you put it down on the floor, getting your New York dribble on. We saw
Yes, sir.
we saw the jump shot, we saw the post game, we saw it all. Like that's why, man, I'm telling you, like, and we're gonna get to it too because I remember I rewatched the last time that we were together. And I was like, you brought up a lot of good points about like how you used to like keep yourself away from us. But we're gonna talk about that another later on in this thing. So you see, like anyone watching this right now, you see the chemistry that we have together, right? I haven't seen these guys physically since 2017. Physically,
That's 5 years ago.
2017, and to this day, I can get on this, and nothing's awkward about it. And the reason why I bring that up is because I want to talk about how us five met each other. Where were you? What's the stories? I'm gonna start with Henry because I have stories too as well. But I just want to start with Henry first, and then I'll go last.
All right. I'm gonna start with me and Oos. I had just left AIT like that Friday, I think, and I came into like a 4-day. It was August. And I found this postcard on the floor about tryouts. So I'm like, is this real? You know what I'm saying? So like, I called the number, no answer. So it said trials like maybe 9 to 10 o'clock in the morning. So I said, you know what? I came. I said, I'm just going to show up. I showed up. I was like, I came late on purpose. I came like 10:10. Everybody like, who this tall motherfucker there right now?
We're all like this.
Folks was like, yo, why you don't hoop with us in Woodside? Like, bro, this is my first day here. Like, first but landing
Y'all
here.
know I was a GM back then, bro. I was recruiting.
Yes, sir. Then I met Henny. Me and Henny played on the first scrimmage team, right? So Henny probably used to playing with big dudes that like don't know how to play basketball at all. So he like, yeah, big man, when you catch the ball, you pass it. You set me the screen, I go off it.
You do
I
that.
said, my man, I know how to fucking play basketball. We gon' win, but that's not how you fucking talk to me. I went straight to New York on Henny, like not knowing him. Oh, dog. Like, Henny's my guy. That's my brother. But at that time, he, I ain't know him. He ain't know me. I guess he was underestimating me or whatnot. And we wound up motherfucking winning all the runs in there. We was cooking everybody. I had met Dan in the gym We were hooping. Dan would be guarding me all the time.
Yeah.
I got to guard his shot. He got to guard me down low. Sometimes I'll fast break it or whatever. But y'all were always winning. I think it was you, Bobby, all y'all always winning. That just get me pissed off. I'm like, how I'm supposed to run this gym? Because every time I go somewhere, I'm trying to run the gym. You feel me? I ain't trying to just get there and just take L's all day. So it was hard to win against y'all for months. I ain't gonna lie. With Mo, I think I met Mo like kind of later. I had played on the post team one game. I played one game. I had 8 points in like 4 minutes, bro. Coach was not trying to play me or nothing because coach really know me.
He played a key role as a coach too.
Mo was like, yo, I didn't know you had it like that. And then ever since then, I found out about his family. His wife make those cheesecakes. Fire.
Yeah.
You kidding me? Them cheesecakes was goated, bro. Goated.
Yeah, she don't even cook like that for nobody else. I don't got family like that no more.
I
remember that Super Bowl cake.
She loved to cook.
They don't have a cheesecake factory in South Carolina. If y'all was to be out here, she would kill because there's no cheesecake factory. But I'm gonna pass the baton on. But y'all all my brothers. Y'all already know.
You feel?
No.
Go ahead, Henny. Talk to me.
I think we had like a CPR class or some shit like that. Some type of class we had in uniform.
Probably
I met him.
Yeah,
see, I met him like, all right, what's your name and everything? He's like, ooh, I'm like, cool. So I get to back to my my platoon and everything, and one of my best friends was Simone. I'm like, yeah, I just met the dude named Oos. He's like, that's not his name. I'm like, what you mean that's not his name? He's like, Oos means something totally different, man. I was like, damn, I thought you knew him or something.
Right. Before you go, so this is how I got this nickname. So Oos, if y'all know Samoans, right? Oos is short for Uso. It means brother, right? So when you talk, it doesn't matter who you are, right? A Samoan talks to you. If he calls you Oos, he love you, right? The only reason why I was called Oos was in AIT when I don't know if any of y'all were at Fort Lee on the ordnance side. We had 2 courts, and I was the only Samoan that, like, I don't know about y'all, but how many more Samoans do you see play basketball? So every time I played basketball, there was this one kid that was fond because he never seen Samoans like that. So he's always wanted to meet. I don't know what it was, but he kept calling me Oos. Oos, Oos. So when we were playing basketball and they said that, it stuck with me. That same kid, I don't even know his name. That same kid came to Fort Riley with us. So I'm playing at Longs, and I'm trying to tell people like, yeah, I'm L-efao. That's my last name, right? I'm L-efao. And they're like, and he kept saying Oos, and it stuck. And then it stuck with me the whole time I was at Fort Riley. When I went to Japan, I didn't even tell him my last name. My name is Oos. I'm not even gonna change it. But
so what you're saying is it got done back to you because you're the reason we call Dan Don.
Yeah,
exactly. Because did that shit.
Absolutely.
Look.
Absolutely.
Look. We're gonna go back to Henny, but I want to talk about that part. Listen, if you look at his last name, I said it in RGD.
Oh, I know.
Bro, that does not. When you put an H at the back end of a DAN, that does not say Dan no more, bro. That's Don.
My ancestor was fucking fancy, bro. They wanted to be special.
Bro, they had a typo and actually accidentally pressed H at the end. That's what it was.
Yeah, I think when my mom got over here, they fucking just added an H on accident. My mom was like, fuck it, let's run with it.
He's like, my name's Dan. I was like, nah, motherfucker, your name is Don. I don't care. If anyone sees that name, they're gonna know that. But I'm gonna get back to you because I need Henry to talk right now. So go ahead.
All right, but shit with Henry, first tryout, we bumped his. But by the time the end of the practice and everything was over, we was clicking already.
Yeah.
We on the same page and everything. I can see how you was for Mo. Shit, Mo was like, you know how every court got that loud ass instigator. And he just going to talk about every play, what happened, all that. Mo got on the court. His ass was hustle points, all that shit. Like, he can poop. So I'm like, all right, he's not one of them motherfuckers that just talk and echo and shit like that. So that's how we met Mo. Then tournaments came, just popping up. Don, open gym, playing with the other squad. Like, I never played with Oos and all them till like mid-February squad. All the tournaments before it was just competition, like against us. So that's how I met Don, just guarding that motherfucker 3 years.
What about you, Dan? Lieutenant Dan?
Bro, honestly, I don't remember the first time I met all of y'all. I think it was just so organic that after Long's gym and then just constantly playing, I think that's just, it wasn't no like formal introduction like, hey, yo, my name is Mo. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was always, we were just on the court talking shit. And then
I'll tell you how you
just
got introduced. I'm going to tell you right now since you don't want to say it. So I always remembered you, Mr. I wore that blue Under Armour shirt all the time. Listen.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
So
that's my shit.
You and your boy Tyrell. Is it Tyrell, the barber? What's his name?
It's Tyler Ellis.
It was always y'all two that came to Longs all the time. Y'all were brand new there, and I always used to like. And you mentioned it one time, like you never got picked up. So I remember one day, like you got picked up and y'all was killing it. I'm looking like, bro, no one's looking at this kid right now. I was like, I'm watching for the sidelines because I just lost. And I'm watching this little Asian dude just jump shot after jump shot kill it. And I'm like, damn. So, I introduced myself, being the GM that I was back then. And long story short, that's how me and Dan became friends. It's like, I'm going to explain my part. I just wanted to make sure that you knew how the hell we introduced each other.
See? I don't even know.
You see? Because your ass was, that's that.
Yeah, I missed that blue shirt too, man. Damn.
That's
part of that. That was my shit.
Every day he would have that blue shirt, bro.
The blue Under Armour, baby. That shit lasts forever.
Yeah, I swear. I remember.
I gotta go buy another one.
You know what's funny? He probably
bring
still
it back.
has it. He just haven't found it yet.
Probably. Shit, it's probably under something. I'm telling you.
Go ahead, Mo. Talk to me.
Okay, so I'll start with him. I met him kind of the same way, but y'all remember, right? Him used to only hoop with his lady.
Yes, sir.
Y'all remember like hoop his? It was, I thought that was like the craziest thing because she could hoop.
That's funny, bro. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so yeah, like he used to hoop with his lady, and his lady was solid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she a bucket, you know.
Yeah.
But it blew me because I'm like, bruh, niggas is mad physical. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but the way she handled herself, the way he handled her, it was almost like they wasn't in relationship because they'll be arguing like slight like teammate shit. He'd be like, yo, I'm open down there. And she's like, but that wasn't a good pass. I'm like, the fuck, that shit is weird. It was something to admire. So when I saw them, like, oh my God, so I introduced myself because I had lost and I wanted next. So I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? How y'all working and shit? And then they picked me up, but it was like a real camaraderie because she really wanted she could be here on the podcast really because she game. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Regina because you know what I'm saying she big game too. But it was just a thing. And when I met them, like, she's like, yo, I cut hair, and so I brought my boys to her to get the haircut. They loved it, and me and him locked in. You know what I'm saying? And Oos, man, me and Oos, man. Oos locked in with he was my soldier at the time, Ricks.
I was gonna bring him up. Yeah. So he locked down with my guy who I came here with, Beck. Now, yeah, Beckton's stupid. Like, you know what I'm saying? That joker tall, fast, all of that. And he was younger than all of us. Like, he was like really with it. You know what I mean? He in the gym dribbling tennis balls, and we like bros, but that's what Beckton was with it. But he was like that. And so I always was like, Beck, we ran Augusta, we ran Fort Gordon together. And I seen he didn't really switch up, but he had his little favorites with Oos. And so it was kind of like a little envy because he played the same, like, but he had way more bounce. But we played the same, like we both could shoot a mid-range, we both get rebounds, you know what I'm saying? So it felt a little way until I seen that this motherfucker had a lot more gas than I did. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, yeah, I'll pick him up too, okay. That, you know what I'm saying? I understand. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. I locked in with him because it was like a mutual thing with Beck and Ricks. So, but story real quick and meeting him, right? Now, you know what? That's another situation. I'll just say this, right? Like,
it's mad respect for Oos and his word. You know, aside from the court, if Oos said it, I believe it. Still to this day, you know what I mean? Because we done had, and I think all of us can vouch on that. When he said it, he stood on it. You know what I mean? And that go a long way with a person, with an athlete like ourselves, and with a man in general. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna just leave that there. We'll come back to that probably another time or maybe another.
Oh, you definitely you gonna be a regular on this podcast, bro. So go ahead.
Oh, got this shit lit. No cap.
For real.
I'm lit.
Henny. Yo, Henny might not even remember. See, I didn't even know Henny. Henny, you came through here at Gordon, right?
Nah.
You was
I
at
was
Lee? So
no, I
okay,
wasn't
okay, so cool. It was Merriweather that was here at Gordon, right? Merriweather.
Yeah, it was Merriweather.
Yeah,
he
so
was
check,
25.
right? Yeah, but check, the first time I met Henny, right? And Henny know what I'm about to say because he remember this shit. These motherfuckers, we was playing in a tournament, bro.
I was gonna bring it up, man. You just killed it for me.
It was just like midnight league or some shit. But the way the tournament started, the game started at like 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock or some bullshit.
I'll bring it up after that.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm next. I'm gonna bring it up.
So this is how I met Henny, right? So they don't have enough people.
Yes.
It's four, and it's like 7 of these other cats, right? It's like 7 of these other niggas, right? So I don't need to say niggas. My bad. I'm gonna.
Bro, listen.
Anyway.
Hey, this is an adult show. So
You go.
don't even matter.
Okay. All right. So, but it's like 7 of these cats. I'm saying cats, like an old head. But he always call me an OG anyway. So
there were 7 of these jive turkeys.
So anyway, right? But it's like 7 of these dudes, right? And it's Henny, there's Henny, Merriweather, and like 2 other ducks. Like, no offense to them niggas. No, yeah, randoms. That's the most non-offensive way I can say it. But they like not even like that at all. And I'm talking about not setting no picks and anything.
Before you start, there was one that was solid only because he played with Henny, and that was Shaq. Shaq was his point guard at the time. Am I saying his name correctly? I remember him. He was a little short dude, but he only played. If he didn't play with Henny, he wasn't as good. But when Henny gave him that plus 10 boost, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give him that credit.
Yo, telling you. So him, Henny, and Merriweather. Merriweather could be here too, because both of them boys like that. And so, like y'all say, I'm giving my energy. I'm being who I am. I'm talking shit. We had a tournament, so it's like mad people in there at this point. It ain't like our regular, talking shit. It's like people in there, strangers, lanes, Sean Majors, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the crew that are even in there. And these boys is giving these dudes buckets. I'm talking about they got 4 people playing against a team of like 7 or 8, and they up 20. Ooh. They was up 20 with 4 players. I think I might have. It was smoking. It was smoking, and nobody could stand in front of them. Yo, they ran the court. If they missed, if the other team missed, they scored, and that's just how they did it. They couldn't really play defense. I guess it was like some zone, like some weak ass 2-3, but it didn't have the 3, and it just like, let's just get rebounds. If they make it, they make it, and they was up a whole dub. So after that, I was like, yo, my man, tight work. And so, me and him locked in because I was talking shit. And he gave me big ups because he like, yo, you speaking facts. I'm like, yo, they got 4 people and they killing y'all niggas. And the gym like, Hey. And I'm like, you looking at me, but so I'm crashing and talking cash and Henny like, yo, tell them what's up, like talk my shit. So I'm talking Henny shit.
Bro,
go ahead, bro.
That's exactly how it was.
Though. When I finally got cool with Oos, we actually compared championships as far as tournaments, and I swear I still got the most show.
No. That's a different debate. That's a different debate. I
got these t-shirts, shorty. I got a bunch.
Well, I don't know if I got them. I can't find them no more. I can't fit them things no more.
Them shirts were Kuwait.
It was also y'all, yo. That was every time.
We're gonna have a debate on that later on, bro. But I'm gonna talk.
Yeah, we got you.
I'm gonna talk about how I met y'all.
Hold on, I gotta go Dan. Well, I gotta
Oh,
finish
yeah,
Dan,
yeah.
right?
Oh,
So
okay.
how I so,
I'm
so
glad
how
you
I met
remember because
Dan.
I don't.
Yeah, but how I met Dan is the same way. He a knockdown shooter in the corner. And so I'm doing me, I'm talking my shit, and I'm like, I'm trying to talk him out of his game because Dan is not your typical move fast athlete. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
He's sneaky,
I was
though.
playing out. Yeah, it's sneaky. It's real sneaky. So I was talking shit against him, which I didn't know activated him because I'm like, he ain't a hooper. He just, this guy, he's not like us. You know what I mean? Like he should be getting rattled. I'm talking shit, and he's I'm noticing he's getting more familiar with the talking shit. Like this is where he's from. Like
From
yeah, you
Jersey.
getting me going, nigga. Like do that. And so he started talking slick shit back. I'm like, that's off. He's like, bottom off where? Like it's not like cash talking shit, but it's like cordially talking shit. Fuck me up. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm like, so he knocking it down. I'm like, you don't even jump on a jumper. Boom, get it out the net. You jump and get that. Like he's just like real respectful talking shit. I was like, this motherfucker here. I fell in love with this game, man. I'm like, yo, this got this shit, man.
That's like KG talking about Tim Duncan, how he was
Tim
talking
Duncan.
smack. He's like, ooh, almost got it. That's like,
Let's start that today.
Yeah.
maybe next time.
They'll be-
Yeah. That's Dan shit talking.
You damn right.
That's Dan shit talking, yo. That's Dan shit talking.
All right,
It's
so-
childproof, but it's deadly.
Damn near everyone that spoke about me in that meeting is almost the same, right? So Henry, me, it's like I said, I always had my GM cap on. So when I seen a 6'6", 6'7" person walk in, especially when you go to Kings, when you're walking in Kings, you have to duck your head in that little entrance. When he ducked his head, he looked like he was in Japan bowing and shit. I'm like, yeah, what's your name? Where you from? We became friends then. He started killing. I was like, yeah. Dan, I already talked about Dan and Longs. Longs, like I said, I didn't have a car at the time, so Longs was across the street. So I used to walk over, them little cold nights, even if it was snowing, I was walking there. I see this little Asian dude with his blue shirt on.
Yes, sir.
Wet. And he was always with his homeboy, the barber, right? Like this dude always came with him, and they always was a duo back then before he ETS. And that's how we met. I asked him, like, we exchanged numbers, and then that's how the Sino gang started. Like, this is how me, him, JR, Becton, and Rick started our five. That's how that whole started. It started with me and him. With Henny, I want to bring this back up. This was the Christmas tournament. It was a Christmas tournament, right? And I wasn't playing with anyone I knew. I was brand new to the duty station. I just got there. So I got picked up with my unit, which was trash. Like my unit was trash. I just needed to go find basketball, and that was my first step. My first step was watching, because my game wasn't after. It was watching Henny and Merriweather, and I gave Shaq his flowers and whoever the random was, but I was literally, because at Kings, it was at Kings Fieldhouse. He had those bleachers right on the court.
Type. Like
so
stadium
I was
type.
front row. I was front row. I didn't know nobody at the time. I'm watching, lacing up, like, man, I'm about to play, and I'm like, these four ain't gonna do nothing, bruh. I start watching this game. I'm like, who are these two? So my GM cap came back on, and I started hollering at Henny, and I started hollering at Merriweather, and this is how we start building this little camaraderie of friendships. Where we I would build a group chat, and people didn't notice about me. Like I would start adding people to this group chat, and we would get I would pick like a lot of the people I knew were good, so we could have our little sessions. Like, hey, what time y'all going? We like, oh shit, 11 o'clock, or like during the weekdays it would be like 1700. I'll be at 18. Bet. So we had people there like, oh, I'm already out. All right, save a spot for me. I got you. So that's how me and Henny started. Like I started exchanging. Same thing with Dan and all the groups like that. With Mo, it's a different story. Like he said, it was a mutual friend thing. Ricks is my brother forever. That's my road dog forever. Like I have stories to talk about Ricks always, and I will ride with him forever. And I wish
Anytime.
I wish he was here to talk about it. But to this day we talk about anything. He kind of mad because I told him I was going to Hawaii and they diverted me to drum, and his ass went to Hawaii instead of going back home. He was supposed to go to Virginia, and he keeps putting that blame on me right now. Like, yo, ass said you gonna go to Hawaii. Like,
Yeah, I would too.
I tried, but he can't complain. He living the life over there right now. And then
He really is.
and that's how it was. Him and Becton, they brought Mo in, and like he said, we have the similar traits, right? We we like to hustle. We love being around hoopers. So like we know how to plug ourselves in to cater to scores and everything. We knew how to play that role, and that's why we clicked. And plus, we us bald light skins, you know what I'm saying? but me and his friendship from that mutual thing, it goes beyond the basketball course, and it goes with all of y'all. And that's how I met every single one of y'all. And then that's how, like, from us five, you can like link every other basketball player that we can talk about. And speaking, and this is why I'm going next. Is this is the next segment that I was telling y'all about. Every other basketball player we play next. We're gonna add ourselves to this group too. But I'm gonna give you a name of a player that we played with at Fort Riley. You're gonna give me a one word, like just one word to describe their game, and then one player you can compare them to. All right, one player, one word. Who did I start? I started with Henry, so we're gonna go with Mo. Mo, you're gonna start off with this very first one. You gonna spark it up. I'm gonna tell you. The first one is Scott.
Shit. Dangerous fucking sleeper. Honestly. Shit. Like, I ain't never met a white boy bounce like that on my soul. I don't know how racist that might be. Shit, I'm the EO rep. And that shit's crazy. Like, I'll be keeping it a buck. This shit is that motherfucking crazy with it.
So
I remember he tried to body Henry. Oh, we were about to fucking goddamn Black History Month his ass. I'm like, bro, you can't be bodying Henry, man. You got us fucked up, man. That's our footer, bro. That's our footer. It was on some tryout shit too, and he tried to windmill my boy. I'm like, yo, that was real, my nigga. That was real, my nigga.
He just didn't care if I was there or not.
He didn't.
He really did.
So who do you compare him to? And I'm gonna go next. I'm gonna ask 9 after. I have my comparison. Like I said, I'm the one starting this segment, so I already had some of my notes done.
Mo, I got the perfect comparison if you can't find one.
I really want to compare him to Zach LaVine.
Yes, sir. That's what I had. Zach LaVine.
That's fun.
So you gotta think. He could put it down on the floor. He could get it to the bucket. Like he said, he can dunk. He can shoot.
Yeah. He can shoot that bitch.
He was a point. LaVine was a point guard in UCLA, and when I always talked to Scott, he always said that, like, I've always been a point guard. Like when he played for the post team, he kind of had to divert that role and be a scorer. But
because
he had to play
had to run the
two
one.
guard. But you don't have to go to me. Go ahead, Dan, because I said Zach LaVine too. That was my comparison.
I think sleeper is probably the best word because just like he step on the court, you're like, damn, he can't hoop, right?
Yeah.
It's like an agent step on the court, he can't hoop.
Yeah.
So I think sleeper is probably the best for him. You know what I'm saying? And I think that hit it right on the head with Zach LaVine. I think that's the best comparison, man. That dude, he can shoot, he can dribble, he can jump. You know what I'm saying? His defense is a little iffy, but they can be working on.
Zach LaVine defense was iffy too, shit.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's why Zach LaVine is the best. But I think sleeper.
All right, Henny, you said you had a good comparison. So who you had?
I'm going high school Austin Rivers. That's what he reminded me of. He had a crossover, jumper.
Those mixtapes was fire.
Crazy, wasn't it? Yeah, I say that.
I would go with high school Austin is definitely a good comparison.
That was fire.
Sheesh.
What you got?
Got all about.
What you got, Henry?
Oh, dang. Yeah, I already took all the good ones, but one who's probably like a sleeper because they're real young in the league is Mac McClung because he got bounce, could shoot. In the G League, he be cooking.
He'll be cooking.
Just, he fries right now, but boy could just go out of nowhere and just...
Yeah, he played for that bum-ass team out there.
But, yeah, man, just a kid with energy and just, play the right way. Scott's cold, man. He's cold.
Yeah, Henry, you gonna start this one, all right? Because you brought it up in that other episode that we had. We're gonna go with Taylor.
Superstar.
Ooh. And so we're gonna do one word and then one comparison, no explanation, just one word, one player.
Ja Morant.
What about you, Henny?
Ooh, that Ja Morant hit me by surprise, boy, but it's there. It's definitely there. Stroking that motherfucker in. He's counting on niggas.
Oof.
Crazy.
So one word, one
I
player.
don't know
Who
how
you got?
many to take. Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say damn, I don't know. No, he's just hot. I'm gonna still say Ja Morant, but he just me hot. He hot.
What's one word to describe his game?
Versatile because he had the three. He's gonna jump with you every time.
This one's tough.
Go ahead, Dan. What you talking about?
I'll say special. You know
Word.
what I'm saying? I play with a lot of hoopers, and not a lot stand out. He stood out.
He's
You know what I
special.
mean? Yeah, he had it. If his work ethic was a little bit better, it'd be.
Yeah.
Who are you comparing him to? What's his comparison of the type of game he had? Because I have a perfect one. I don't know if y'all gonna agree, but I'll say my piece.
Okay.
Go ahead,
I'll
Dan.
probably have to say Ja too. Now
Yo.
that he mentioned it, like Ja, definitely very explosive,
Very.
shifty. You know what I'm saying? He can do a lot of shit in the air.
The
It's
bed.
crazy. Yo, Taylor, he was different, man. He was different for sure.
You rarely can steal it from him.
Bro,
Yeah.
that shit was hard.
What about
Yeah,
you, Mo?
his first step was crazy.
The first word I think of is electrifying, bro.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
he is electrifying, bro. Like, it was crazy that he never took the fucking game serious.
Never.
Like, it was crazy. I literally felt like no bullshit, but like Henny, Taylor, Mayweather, like I felt like we had the best active ball in hand guards in the league. Like
We
it's
were
crazy. That's
guard
why
heavy.
Dan be like, that's why Dan be like, pass the fucking rock. Like y'all can go get y'all's. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
wide open. Cash me out. You know what I'm saying? You know, if it ain't here, you know I'm gonna give it back. You know, but it was so crazy because everybody get caught into them boys, and I can see why Henny kind of like. I mean, yeah, because they play the same game. Like they both do the same thing, but Taylor just hung it out a little longer. You know, that motherfucker hung it out a little longer than damn near anybody on the team, bro. I was like, how the fuck this
that's a
nigga not
fact.
take it serious? He didn't take it serious. I just say electrifying, man.
So is Ja for you too?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna switch it up. So my two things, right? And y'all kept bringing it up, and I'm gonna segue to my podcast. His game was subtle. Why? Because he had so much to give, but never showed it.
Yeah.
He had so like, and I used to, and I talked to Mo about this a long time ago. When I used to get mad at like when we go to these games and they would come in late and not do layups, and I'm like, bro, y'all just don't know. Like, if y'all had art, work ethic, y'all shouldn't be in parade rest. Y'all should be out of college. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of stuff I be telling a lot of them. If they had Henry's game, like work ethic and mindset, like I just never understood. Like, I'm like, Taylor, bro, you said it's special. My comparison, and I always told him this, is PG-13. I always thought he played like Paul George. He always played like that. He can shoot, he can dribble, he can do all that good stuff, but he had his swag too. And PG, y'all know how PG is. Like, I don't think he takes the game that serious as well. And he's just naturally that good. So that's for him. So the next one, I'm gonna start off this one, and then we're gonna go up to Mo. All right, this next one is Merriweather, and the first word I can say is smooth. That's my word, and then my comparison to him is Jay Crossover. I'm going with Jamal.
So it's crazy. No, you know what's crazy is I support the Jay Cross, but I also gave that same comparison in my mind to Henny, because that's that. So I looked at but I ain't gonna lie, like I can see traits of Allen Iverson there. You know, we don't touch too serious with AI because I mean he goated, but I can see traits of that too because Merriweather get there. You know, see, I see some traits of Kyrie lightweight. You know what I mean? But like ball handling, you're not about to pluck Merriweather. He will spin 3 times. You're not gonna pluck him ever. You know what I mean? He'll back out to the half court before you pluck him and come back downhill. And so, but yeah, if the first word I had to give Merriweather though, surprising, man. Like you wouldn't know that man has so much game. And he a cocky motherfucker too. That's why I love that shit. Like,
He'll suck his teeth at you.
Second in a heartbeat, man. Start mumbling shit.
Where you at with it, Dan? Where you at with it?
I would say streaky, man. He's just when that boy was on, that boy was on, and it's not just like spot up. He off the dribble.
That's why
in the you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that shit crazy.
Shots, everything was
he like 5'3". You know what I'm saying? That's the crazy shit.
Hold up, Dan. You really gonna talk about somebody's height?
Hey, I'm 5'11", motherfucker. Get at me. Hey, come on. Average Asian height is 5'8". I'm above average, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
He brought in the heritage and all.
Hey, you damn right. I had that stat research a long time ago. All right. I'm ready for this moment.
What about you, Henny?
I'm not one of them.
Hey, and this was Henny's right hand man. So like,
oh yeah,
Flash Brothers, no bullshit.
Man, I'm gonna have to say effortless. Like, he was just like he would battle anybody. Like you can go back to back with him. You better hit all your shots because he's going to come back.
Facts.
Back down. Yeah. I'm saying he relating to Trae Young. Like his dribble pull up, 3 was straight, and he would just in and out. You keep in and out. He pull up right in your face, and I can never block it. Crazy, midi, never block it. Like man,
that's
crazy.
Talk to me, Henry.
I would say that he's quick. He's fast, man, and that's perfect that you said Trae Young because Trae Young got that, you know,
that first step.
Yeah, and I know he had to sacrifice a lot of his game because the team we had, obviously.
Yeah.
But when he was on, like Dan said, he was on. I do got some film where he was hitting. So absolutely.
Hey, you need to email some of these films you keep talking about. Now, all right. So we're gonna go to the next one. I'll start it off again. Then we're gonna go with Henry. The next one is Pew. We're gonna talk about Pew. And I'm gonna talk about, like I say, smooth for what's his name, but man, I have what's a synonym for smooth because it was the same way. It was effortlessly is another good word to say, but for me it was like what are we gonna say? What's the word? He made everyone like better. I just can't figure out the word right now to speak about it. But my comparison, and I already know y'all gonna probably head nod this. CP3. He was Chris Paul to me. That man was a pure point guard. Every time I seen him play, I've seen him play with randoms one day. Like he, you know how we come in early with our squads and we already running. You know he a little late with S1 doing shit for S1 stuff, and he comes in late. He like, don't want to pick me up. I don't even give a damn. He'll pick up 4, go on the court, and beat whoever team was there with some randoms. He didn't even know these people. And I'm like, that was the kind of person he was to me. That was Chris Paul. Everywhere Chris Paul went, he always became a playoff contention, making everyone better. You see what he's doing with the Suns right now. So what about you, Henry? I know how you feel about him, so I want you to elaborate on it.
Yeah. Y'all gonna laugh like crazy, but Pew was unorthodox, and that's because the way he walked, like he had like a funny little walk. So like
his feet was going
so like when he crossed over and all that, you just ain't know like what he's gonna do. But he was smooth, and like I definitely wanted to play with him when we all played, man, because me and him had a good connection in practice. I give him that eye contact. He know like where I want it, how I want it. It was a perfect. Like it was perfect, man. It's unfortunate what happened to him with Achilles, but yeah, definitely give him the same comparison Who's gave him, which is Chris Paul. Because if I have to say less things to you as a guard, you are a blessing. If I don't got to talk to you, you good
I
in
just
my
gotta
book.
say
Like,
pass, bro. That's all. Pass.
yes, sir.
All right. What about you, Henny? I'm gonna try to speed it up because there's a lot of them, and you know the time's ticking right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he was smart. Smooth too, but he was definitely smart. Like, his eyes was always up. He was a true point guard, but his shot was good. And it's an open gym, and him and Don on the same team, man. Fuck they think that's how
That
it
shit,
I was
works.
losing.
yeah,
Sure did.
yeah.
Go ahead, Dan.
I would say unpluckable, bro. Like this man. Never. I don't think I ever saw somebody stole the ball from him, though. Like to be honest.
Unless you foul.
And yeah,
Yeah,
that shit's unpluckable, bro. Like, that shit. And I think his game is like Kyrie. At any moment, he can take over. With like random shit too. Hit you with a fade, drive, shoot a three. You know, random shit. And his handles, like I said, you can't pluck that. That shit is. He gets low and shit. Probably because his shit bow legged, but that shit he get low.
His bow leg for sure.
Bro, that,
So, do you have a different comparison for the NBA player?
So for me with Pew, I'm gonna keep it sped up. I think Donovan Mitchell because he's so explosive, like Pew get to the rack whenever he really wanted to. Like
that's a good one.
He a body too. Like he
That's a good one.
He wasn't like all because Merriweather had more of a finesse. Merriweather and Bass, them motherfuckers be so slender. Like man, I be trying to foul their ass and they like, oop, too late. You know, too slow, big boy. But that pure body of motherfucker still make that shit.
Yeah.
So I say Donovan, but I say the first word to think of Pew is shifty. He real shifty. This motherfucker left, right, yo. Y'all crossovers was crazy. I ain't gonna front. Like I grew up with some killers with some crossovers, but I don't know what they doing up there.
We got some real ones.
It's
Yeah.
funny. It's funny that you brought up another player because that's the next one for me.
Bass.
Right, Bass. I'm gonna go. Then it goes to Mo because Mo's passionate about that boy. We're gonna talk about Lito.
Yeah.
For me, unstoppable. And the only reason why I say that is because it doesn't matter what. This is another player I watched in those Kings tournament before I met him. Like there was nothing anyone can do on defense. When he drove, it was a wrap. He was gonna find the cup somehow. And the best comparison is Kyrie Irving for me. Go ahead, Mo.
I ain't really thought about a comparison yet, but first word I think of is spin cycle, man. That motherfucker spin, and then you try to cut it off, and he's spinning back, and then now y'all trying to trap. He done spit between both of y'all, and up and under whoopsie daisy. I'm like, man, this dude is ridiculous, man. Seriously, man. Like, but yeah, I can't. You know, Kyrie's a good one. Kyrie don't really spin more as I don't see Baz shooting and fading as much as Kyrie does, but I see Baz getting to the bucket. And this, you know,
under the rim game was like I never seen no one do that, bro. He's like a 99 layup. Go ahead, Dan.
I think control, man. The way he controls his body in the air while dribbling, it's just like, bro, how you do that? That's why I stay my happy ass in the 3-point line. I ain't got control like that. You know what I'm saying? That shit crazy. But honestly, when it comes to comparison, I don't think there's an NBA player that I can compare to. He's like his own, you know what I'm saying? He's just, bro, sometimes he be making layup. I'm like, yo, how the fuck did you just do that, bro?
Kyrie does that for me.
Control like Melo. He's
like
Kyrie, but can move like Melo. Like
it's like three motherfuckers jump at you. You just found. I'm like, what?
Found that little crack. You know what I'm saying?
I don't get it.
He would.
Henry, not Henry. Henny. Who? What's the one word and what's the comparison for you?
Definitely shifty. I want to say he like a Kyrie and a swaggy P Buddy type of thing. Yeah. He got the style and all that, but if you get him baseline, he gonna score a bucket.
Oh, he bucket.
Always. Every time I see him drive, I was like, yep, that's a bucket.
Yep.
He complain a lot, but he a bucket.
This is him all the time with the rest.
Always slapping the floor. Always getting up off the floor. That's Allen Iverson ass. That motherfucker stayed on the floor. He lay up on three. He lay up on three niggas and get up.
What about you?
Duh, it was a foul.
I have to give him the word swagger. This man had an aura, not just on the court, either off the court. This man had a cult following, bro. Like everybody wanted to hang out with Bass. Like, and if you was Trojan Barracks, like you was with Bass for sure. And yes, his under the rim game is Kyrie like. I don't get laid a lot, but when it came to him, for some reason,
It's
this
hard.
man will find a way, dog, to lay me. I just get so tight. So absolutely.
Crazy. All right, so I'm about to put another person out there. I'm gonna start it and then go with Henry on this one. This is the last one I'm gonna do before we start talking about the ones in the show. It's for my boy that couldn't make the show today. What y'all think about Rob? And I'm gonna tell you about him. The first word that comes for me is heart. This man always took it serious, and I always loved it because it didn't matter if it was a practice. It didn't matter if no one was like if it was like a weekday and no one was at the gym. He was going there putting up shots. He always did that. So that was my word. I couldn't find a comparison for him. Like I don't know. He was a power forward to me that had that mid range going, unstoppable hook shot, like the little drop. And I just couldn't find it. If y'all find it, then I'm probably gonna have to agree. But I just couldn't find one for him. So Henry, what about you?
I would say he's mentally strong. Like the thing with Rob is like when I started practicing with y'all, trials and everything, I was wilding. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I remember being in school and being wild the fuck on. I want to fight, like all type of stuff. Like, but Rob would sit there and still ask you for advice, still ask me certain things. Like he wasn't afraid to like come to me like, yo, bro, like what about this? What about that? I'm like, yo, you want to guard this, do that. So he's very mentally strong, and the player I have to give him is he's not a lefty, but Zach Randolph, because he can, you know,
I'll go with that.
He loved Rob loved turn and face.
Yeah.
He loved to turn and face and look at the rim, and he always looked for that shot first. That's Rob's
elbow
game.
Too.
Before he get physical, he wants to shoot first. That's just Rob's game. So, shouts to Rob. That's my guy, man, for sure.
Go ahead, Henry. Talk to me.
Yeah, he was definitely a fighter. I'm gonna say hardworking. I do want to say Julius Randle though, because I was going to say like a Kyrie just because of the shot selection. I mean, not Kyrie, but KD because of the shot selection. But with the dribbling and all that, it's definitely Randle. Like mid range, fade away, all that. You're not gonna block it.
He had that high arc.
Yeah, and he was tall for it. What about you, Dan?
I would say humble, man. He's a humble player, humble person. Like I said, like Henry said, he takes advice. He asks you, hey, what you think about this? What you think about, like, even though it's just open gym, you know what I'm saying? He's still asking these questions.
Always.
I think with him, he's just a smart player when it comes to shot selections. I would probably say a little bit of Tim Duncan, you know what I'm saying? A little midi, you know, that midi be on point. But when he does need to bang, he'll bang out though. But yeah, definitely a humble player.
Go ahead, Mo.
Humble.
Talk to me, Mo.
Yeah, man, passionate. I just think Rob.
That's a good one.
Rob played with passion, man. Like, you know, I think besides me and probably Henny and Pugh, that's the one who Coach D yelled at the most, man. Like, I'm telling you, man. Rob, goddamn, man, I'm telling you. Goddamn, I mean, I don't think, like, you know, Rob come to the bench cussing motherfuckers out. And then we gotta give him a minute, because he ain't dapping none of us up. He on some fuck all y'all right now. You know what I'm saying? And we know that though. That go back to the camaraderie because we know how everybody feels. Merriweather haters coming out. Rob,
that was some crazy stuff for real. That was some crazy stuff for real. All right, so we're gonna do rapid speed for this one too. So we're gonna start off with we're gonna start with Mo, but we're gonna be talking about Henry. We're gonna talk about Henry. So Mo, you're gonna start it off, and then we're gonna go around the horn for Henry. Go ahead.
Talking about him, man. That's AD, man. That's AD, like.
Ooh.
You know, he Anthony Davis, like, for sure, like. You know, you'd be surprised. He can put that thing on the floor. He can get shifty with it. You know, bro, like, it's so crazy because with Ooze, it's almost like like a Duke Carlos Boozer. Like when I say that because
Because I'm
you
bald.
don't no, because you don't expect for somebody to come out there and be like defense first and open gym. Like this man be on defense first, even in open gym. Like when cats was like, let me sauce up real quick because a nigga might lose and then I might want to get picked up next. So let me do my man. You know what I'm saying? And then the shorty's just running around at the track. Let me get saucy. And Usman's like, nah, lock up. Like you're like, all right, whatever. If that's how you want to be. But that's Us right there. Us is I had to give him what I said
A Duke Carlos
Carlos
Boozer.
Boozer. A Duke Carlos Boozer, yeah. Henny, I gotta give Henny Jamal Crawford. I really do. That motherfucker, that left right vicious, man. That left right vicious, and that right left just as vicious. So him and Pew, top crossovers. If we ever have a segment and we come back, top crossovers. And you know what I'm saying? Everything's a layup. Everything's a layup. Him and Henny, it's a layup. Coach said, that's a bad shot. I'm like, Coach, that's a layup. He's like, he had 3 people on him. Come in.
That's a layup.
That's a layup. And so,
Yeah, for real.
so if I had to go, Dan, J.R. Reddick, JJ Reddick, yo, that's like he don't really coming off no screen, but if all he needs is a peephole,
That's
a
it.
peephole, and he ain't gonna get but a peephole off the ground when
That's
he
all
shoot.
I need.
You can literally slide a piece of paper under his jump shot, but that bitch gonna hit the bottom of the net every time. It's crazy.
That's
So
all I need.
Those are good comparisons right there. I don't know about that. You only call me Carlos Boozer because my head's bald and I was playing.
nah, man, you body though. You like that.
All right, go ahead, Dan. Talk to me about everyone.
I'm gonna go with you first, Oos. I'm gonna say Joakim Noah.
Hey,
All right.
I wish I had his hair. Shit.
Yeah, I'm a Bulls fan, so hustle, straight hustle.
Yeah.
Energy, he brings that energy, you know what I'm saying? And every team needs that, you know what I'm saying? Especially on those hard games. We need that energy, we need that toughness. So definitely Joakim Noah. You don't shoot like him, because that shit broke. Yeah. You can shoot a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Henry, I would say AD. I think that's the best comparison is AD. You know what I'm saying? You can shoot off the dribble, you can pull up, shoot the three. You're aggressive too. Definitely aggressive. Especially your dribbling. You be trying to
That's that New York in him. That's why.
Yeah, he be trying to hit motherfuckers. Put him in the blender, you know what I'm saying?
For sure. I thought somebody did it yesterday.
Hey, put him on the blender. Henny, hey, Jamal Crawford. Even though, I mean, Crawford passed sometimes. Henny, you know?
My assist is a little bit. Hey, my assist got better when you left, huh?
I bet, motherfucker. I bet. Because I ain't there to fucking see it. That's why. You can make us some bullshit. I don't even know. Damn, Mo. I don't know if I can compare you to anybody, Mo. You unique too. You just bring it. But the crazy shit about Mo, though, it's like the 2 years I've been at Raleigh, that motherfucker was always tired. I don't know how much you work on your cardio, bro. That man was always tired. But he brought it, though. It's the only man I know that be tired and still bring it. Like, what? How the fuck?
And still talk shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's probably why I'm tired.
That's why you're
That's why
tired.
I'm
You're
tired.
talking shit the whole time. What's up, Henry?
Nah, he be hitting some shit too, though.
Go ahead, Henry. It's on you.
Let's go with Don. I say Don. I want to say J.R. Reddick, but
Who the fuck is J.R. Reddick, bro?
Is it
JJ, man. JJ. Y'all know what
You know
y'all
what he did?
off?
See how y'all do us?
Off the no dribbling, it's gonna be Clay. Like catch and shoot.
Yeah,
that's
it definitely
automatic.
Clay.
For real.
Yeah.
Definitely.
No need to dribble.
I say that. Yeah, it's just smart. It's efficient. I say that's the key word, efficient.
I'll take that.
Henry, I want to say AD, but when it comes to fast breaks, that nigga the Greek freak, yo.
Oh, yo!
That's his
That
favorite
is
player.
perfect. Yep.
That's his favorite player.
That shit aggressive, too. That shit's perfect.
No one's stopping him on
that's
fast
love.
break, and we know what it is.
You better move out the way.
Mo, favorite. Mo, Draymond Green.
Ooh.
Hype is there.
I was waiting for that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And he had his trash talking.
Oh yeah.
man.
Oh yeah.
You know that.
That shit elite.
That's
That shit elite.
Yo, niggas used to want to fight me. Y'all remember them dude walked off the court? I was out of the game. Walked off the court. Hell, never mind. We'll talk about it later.
Ooh, damn. Ooh, it was the hustle. He had to jump hard
Every time.
You gotta go straight to the bucket because you're gonna fit it right back up.
Yep.
Definitely gonna say Jakeem Noah. Like, it's just the hustle. Like, the hardest
Every
hustle.
fuck play. That motherfucker be out of breath. Still trying to hustle. That motherfucker be out of breath.
On my soul, I hated guarding Oosh, bro.
Bruh.
Gucci,
I'm
right.
tired. I'm tired already.
I hate when he guards me, but I'm like, bro, why you so extra, bro? Just leave me alone. Like, I ain't gonna dribble the shit. You ain't gotta guard me like that. Shit. Damn, bro. I ain't gonna dribble. Fuck.
Well, all right, we're gonna stop with you, Henry.
All right, so I'm gonna go around the horn. So for Oos, PJ Tucker.
Oh,
That's my guy.
You are, like I told you, Oos, you are somebody like
that's
I wouldn't
so
mind being
fun.
around 24/7. Locker room presence, practice presence. You gave it all every single time, and you sacrificed so much. And you love the corner shots. If you get the corner shot, you're gonna put it up because it's cash. Like that, that's your game. And you know, you just want to motivate everybody anytime. It doesn't matter. Like, you know what I'm saying? And always gave some good vibes and energy. And you collect them sneakers too.
Yeah, I'm about to say at the shoe game, boy. At the shoe game.
Hey, bench mob.
Don, I was thinking of some shooters besides JJ, but I'm gonna go with Eddie House. Because he'll put it up too. As soon as he catch it, cash. Like Eddie House, yes.
Damn, I forgot he was in the league.
He'll put numbers up quick because he love them threes.
Yeah.
Mo, definitely Draymond Green, bro, for sure. Like,
That's crazy.
I can hear anybody else talk shit, but if Mo talking shit, you know.
Oh, you heard him.
Yeah, you know.
He got that voice. He got that voice where you just know it's coming from Mo. Like, you feel me? And Mo is gonna intimidate you, but once the game is over, he's gonna show you nothing but love and all that stuff, bro. Like,
But he intimidate you nicely. It's crazy.
Yeah. Because I don't know if y'all
that shit weird.
Raymond and Aaron Gordon got into it, but once the text was over, he went up to Aaron Gordon and he just kind of dapped him like, nobody saw him, but I just know the language. Like, it's just basketball. Penny, I'm gonna be a little different here. I'm gonna say Lou Will. Because, like, bro, it didn't matter what offense we was running. You made offense. You made it. Like, and, like, I'd be like, that's a bad shot, but good shot. Like, Henny would just ride over you, 2-3 people all net.
And you wonder why Coach Dunbar used to always yell at his ass.
Hey, especially if you had the headband on. He had the headband on. It's different.
When I was in college, he told me if that shit bounce off the floor and go in, it's a good play. Hey. So with Henny, if the shot goes in, no matter what happened before that, it's good offense. So Henny will always make something happen and make it look easy. Like, yo, I do this shit. Man. And don't say a word. But you did play defense though, Henny, so that's kind of a little shot. But I'm just trying to find somebody who create offense for themselves. And it's definitely will.
I gotta insert this real quick, man. I realized real quick that Henny played with a confidence that if everybody thought that he was like taking bad shots and shit, it fucked up his game. So I immediately became Henny type man. I'm like, yo, that's a layup. And he'll splash that shit in the point and be like, keep me up, bro.
Yo, Henny used to cook. Man, like, if Taylor wasn't on the team, Henny, you would have averaged like 6 or 7 more for sure.
Oh yeah, easy.
Man.
But y'all had to play off each other, and that's hard to do when y'all both are like so dynamic in your own games. Like, y'all both do it for sure.
We had a lot of scores. For real.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
We
did.
did,
That's why we
bro.
went. So we went undefeated.
Hey,
Yeah,
look,
we had a lot of score.
I'm gonna
That's true.
I have to cut it short now. There's a part 2 coming. I don't know. We'll talk after this, right? But I have to cut it short because of what happened to the last one. I don't want to get it too, out there. You know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure that I thank y'all for showing up. The energy was lit.
Yeah.
Mo, thank you so much for showing up because you made my Monday. My motor pool Monday was lit. So
Hey, what is that?
I don't
What is
know.
that?
I don't
What's
know.
What
I'm a
is that?
career counselor. I don't know what that means. But I'm gonna talk to y'all again. This is episode 4 of this Subtle Flex podcast, man. I love y'all boys, man. We're gonna tap in again.
Holler